My parents revealed their dark secret during my wedding reception. It shattered everything I thought I knew about my family. The night of my wedding was supposed to be one of the happiest of my life. My bride, Emma, and I had planned every detail meticulously, from the venue to the playlist. The reception was in full swing, guests were dancing, and everything was going perfectly, until the unexpected happened. I was busy talking with our guests when my mother pulled me aside. Her face was pale, and she looked more serious than I'd ever seen her. "We need to talk," she said, her voice trembling. I followed her to a quieter corner, away from the music and chatter. "Mom, is everything okay?" I asked, sensing something was wrong. She took a deep breath. "There's something you need to know about your father and me. It's important, and I'm afraid it can't wait." I was taken aback. My parents had always been somewhat secretive, but I never imagined they had anything this serious to hide. "What is it?" I asked, trying to stay calm. My mother hesitated, then continued, "Your father and I, we've been keeping something from you, something big." Just then, my father joined us, looking grim. He held up a manila folder and opened it, revealing a series of documents and photographs. My heart raced as I saw photos of a man I didn't recognize. He was holding a young child who looked strikingly similar to me. "This is a lot to take in," my father said, "but we owe you the truth. The man in these photos is your biological father. We adopted you after a tragic incident that left us with no choice but to keep it from you." My mind spun as I tried to process what they were saying. "You mean I have a biological father I've never known about?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "Yes," my mother said, tears in her eyes. "Your biological father was killed in an accident shortly after you were born. We were told not to tell you about him due to safety concerns." As if on cue, a stranger appeared at the edge of the room, watching us with a solemn expression. He looked older than me, but had the same eyes. "Is that him?" I asked, pointing. "Yes," my father confirmed. "He's your half-brother. We were contacted by him recently, and he's here tonight to meet you." The stranger walked over, and my heart pounded in my chest. "I'm David," he said, extending his hand. "I've been looking for you for years." The revelation left me reeling. I felt betrayed, confused, and overwhelmed by the sudden flood of information. The wedding reception, once a joyous celebration, turned into a whirlwind of emotions and confrontations. Emma, who had been blissfully unaware of the family secrets, looked at me with concern. The rest of the evening was a blur. I couldn't focus on the celebration, my mind consumed by the shock of learning about my biological family. The new information seemed to unravel the very fabric of my understanding of my own life. My parents, who had always seemed like pillars of stability, were now the bearers of secrets that rocked my world. David, my half-brother, was kind and understanding, but the tension was palpable. The complexity of the situation was more than I could handle, and I spent the rest of the evening grappling with the new reality. I felt like the trust I had in my parents had been shattered, and I struggled to reconcile this new chapter with the life I had always known. In the following weeks, I tried to piece together the fragments of my shattered world. David and I began to build a relationship, learning about each other's lives and backgrounds. My parents and I had long conversations about why they kept the secret and how they hoped to protect me from further pain. It took time, therapy, and countless conversations to start understanding the reasons behind their choices. Emma stood by my side throughout the turmoil, offering support and patience as we navigated the new dynamics of our lives. The road to healing was long and filled with challenges, but slowly, I began to come to terms with the truth. It was a painful process, but it ultimately led to a more authentic connection with both my biological and adoptive family members.